Ace Boom Coons, what is up? Today is April 9th, 2025. God bless you guys. We're living in a movie. I keep saying it. We are living in a movie. And damned is the man who puts his trust in a man. So therefore, put your trust in the Lord, please. We're going to start today off with the word, with a very good word of the end times. Daniel 12 sets, I think this is a good sign of the times because knowledge is being increased. Okay, we got the pyramids, we got the Ark of the Covenant, we've got our government disclosing a bunch of information. We are becoming very knowledgeable of what we once called conspiracies seem to be not conspiracies anymore. So, Daniel 12, at that time shall arise Michael, the great prince, the archangel Michael, that is, who has charge of your people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never has been since there was a nation till that time. But at that time your people shall be delivered, everyone whose name shall be found written in the book. And many of those who sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. And those who are wise shall shine like the brightness of the sky above, and those who turn many to righteousness, like the stars forever and ever. But you, Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book until the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall increase. Boom. We'll leave it at that. Whatever you understand from that, leave it in the comments. But that is a word for today. I believe knowledge is being increased, and the book has been shut, and the book is being open again. And we are becoming, I think, as a collective, more aware of why things are happening. And God is reminding us what He has written in our hearts since birth to turn to righteousness. And He is letting us see. He's letting us see everything that has been occulted, everything that has been hidden in secret. Now we are given the gift of knowledge to know that these things have had to happen and will continue to happen. And there will be, this may be the time of tribulation, may or may not, or it's still to come, but it's getting mighty close. Leave it in the comments what you think. Sorry for holding you. That was 3 minutes. We are going to set this video off like this.
Today, well, it seems like today someone has finally made their way down the shafts that were found under the pyramids in Egypt. Clutch your pearls, girls, because now you're telling me that as of today, Dr. and archaeologist Rami, I'm not even going to try to say his last name because I don't want to be disrespectful to the Egyptian culture, is the first human being to make his way to the bottom of the shafts underneath the pyramid and has reported back what he found in the chamber at the bottom. And it is mind-blowing. Now, like always, take what you will, leave what you won't. I have purposely not talked about this topic yet because I like to have my facts backed. But as of today, allegedly, archaeologist Rami, I'm not going to try the name again, has made his way to the bottom, and what he found there was perfect blue like water chambers, I guess is what I'm referring to them as, with the most beautiful blue color water that he's ever seen in his life, with preserved humanoid body-like creatures in the water, with, as he describes, the most crystal clear blue color in their eyes that he has ever seen. Now, once again, anything we talk about is for conversation, learning, entertainment purposes only, but well, it seems like today someone has finally made their way down the shafts that were found under the pyramids in Egypt. Clutch your pearls, girls, because now you're telling me that as of today, Dr. and archaeologist Rami.
Okay, listen. Can someone fact check this video, please? Because nowadays you don't know what's true, what is not. But that looks hella real. That looks legit. It even has a message here at the bottom of the TikTok. The actions in this video are performed or supervised by professionals. Do not attempt. So I'm assuming it's talking about the scuba divers at the bottom of the pyramids. When in the world did we start scuba diving, and when did we find out that there was water, such clear water with such beautiful, magnificent sculptures underneath that look like tombs underwater? Do you see the copper in this image? When did we start scuba diving under the pyramids? Someone answer that, please. This is magnificent. The greatest finding of our century, I would say. And that message down there says the actions in this video are performed and supervised. Usually that message will say this has been AI recreated. But in this case, it's telling us that these actions are real. They might have happened. Can anyone fact check? What is the deal? Because this video is amazing if it is real. And I am leaning more towards that it is real. All right, let's go.
Under a recent discovery under the pyramids of Giza, where they found some very interesting things. What exactly were the pyramids of Giza? What were their purpose?
Pyramids of Giza are not tombs. The pyramids of Giza are not burial sites. The pyramids of Giza are harmonic structures. They reflect alignment with planetary grids. They reflect alignment with gravitational fields. They reflect alignment with cosmic resonance. The pyramids of Giza were resonance chambers. They were harmonic amplifiers. They were vibrational generators. The pyramids were built to hold specific harmonic frequency. The pyramids were built to stabilize planetary resonance. The pyramids were built to reflect multidimensional alignment. The pyramids were not isolated structures. The pyramids were part of a global harmonic network. The pyramids reflected planetary resonance. They were tuning forks for Earth's energy fields. They were vibrational stabilizers for planetary coherence. They were dimensional anchors for gravitational balance. 2. The design of the pyramids reflects harmonic mathematics. The dimensions of the pyramids reflect harmonic ratios. The angles of the pyramids reflect gravitational alignment. The internal chambers reflect frequency resonance. Golden ratio and harmonic mathematics. The base of the Great Pyramid reflects phi 1.618. The height reflects the mathematical relationship to Earth's circumference. The slope reflects the alignment with Earth's magnetic field. Alignment with star systems. The pyramids are aligned with Orion's belt. The pyramids are aligned with Sirius. The pyramids are aligned with the Pleiades. These alignments reflect gravitational coherence. These alignments reflect multidimensional imprinting. These alignments reflect cosmic resonance. The pyramids reflect mathematical precision. The pyramids reflect harmonic symmetry. The pyramids reflect gravitational balance. 3. The pyramids were energy transmitters. The pyramids did not generate energy. The pyramids amplified energy. The pyramids transmitted energy. The capstones were originally crystalline. Quartz reflects harmonic resonance. Quartz reflects vibrational imprinting. Quartz reflects multidimensional transmission. The limestone casing reflected vibrational insulation. Limestone reflects harmonic containment. Limestone reflects gravitational shielding. Limestone reflects frequency resonance. The pyramids collected Earth's magnetic field. The pyramids amplified solar resonance. The pyramids directed cosmic energy into planetary grids. The pyramids were not passive. They transmitted energy into the Earth's field. They transmitted energy into human consciousness. They transmitted energy into planetary balance. The pyramids reflected harmonic calibration. The pyramids reflected dimensional stabilization. The pyramids reflected energetic resonance. 4. The tunnels beneath the pyramids reflect hidden knowledge. The tunnels were not created for burial. The tunnels reflect energetic pathways. The tunnels reflect resonance channels. The tunnels direct magnetic fields. They stabilize Earth's gravitational pull. They align with planetary ley lines. They reflect dimensional imprinting. The tunnels store crystalline energy. They hold vibrational memory. They store harmonic imprinting. They store historical resonance. The tunnels were designed to maintain harmonic balance. The tunnels were designed to hold planetary memory. The tunnels were designed to reflect dimensional alignment. 5. The pyramids reflect Atlantean knowledge. The knowledge to construct the pyramids was not developed by early Egyptian civilizations. The knowledge reflects pre-Atlantean origin. Atlantean societies held harmonic knowledge. Atlantean societies reflected gravitational alignment. Atlantean societies reflected crystalline imprinting. The pyramids reflect Atlantean memory. The pyramids reflect harmonic architecture. The pyramids reflect gravitational balance. When Atlantis collapsed, knowledge was transferred to early Egyptian societies.
A recent discovery.
And knowledge shall increase.
Happy New Year. Bro, New Year's was months ago. That's what they want you to think. What do you mean? The real New Year starts in the spring when everything wakes up. At least that's how it's always been until the Gregorian calendar messed everything up. So how did the Gregorian calendar mess things up? Pope Gregory introduced the Gregorian calendar not to keep time, but to remind folks when to pay taxes. That's why it's called calendar, because in ancient Rome, calends was the day that debts were recorded. Wait a minute. You're saying the calendar was built for taxes? Exactly. And the whole system got thrown off earlier when Julius Caesar and Augustus decided they wanted their own months. That's how we got July and August. Well, why is February so short? Because Augustus wanted his month to be just as long as Julius's, so he stole a day from February. So they reshuffled time to feed their egos. Here I thought they made February short because they were just racist towards Black History Month. But this makes more sense. And that's not even the craziest part. Have you ever noticed the months don't even truly line up to their names? Think about it. September, Septem, 7, but it's the 9th month. October, Octo, 8, but it's the 10th month. November means 9, but it's the 11th month. December, Deca, 10, but it's the 12th month. So they really out here just messing things up. If the calendar was actually accurate, we would have 13 months, not 12. But why 13? Because it follows the natural cycles of the moon's 28 days, which also corresponds to women's menstrual cycles. You see, ancient cultures had it right. They based their calendar based off the moon and the cosmos, not taxes. So every month would be 28 days. Exactly. And the first day of every month would always land on the same day of the week. So we're really just out here living in a system designed to confuse us. And now you see why they call it April Fool's Day.
And knowledge shall be increased. You want to learn about tariffs in lamer terms? I got you.
All right, let's make this quick. Trying to go play some golf. It's time I go to Mar-a-Lago. Today it's about the whole world stop trying me, bro. Okay? Because the tariffs out of control. It ain't y'all fault. Blame Sleepy Joe, Crooked Hillary. They ain't got no spine, but it's time that Big DT, aka Dem Towers, aka that tariff, put some regulating on this. You understand me? It's time we introduce something called reciprocal tariffs. That means you tariff me, I tariff you. That means these tariffs now go both ways. They bisexual. Y'all love saying I don't love the LGBs? Well, guess what? These tariffs do. They gay now. Bisexual. Let's go. If you look at my chart, put it up right here. If you look at my chart, it say China been trying to tax us 60%. That's crazy. We always showed them love. Vietnam, 90%. Oh, I must be soft. Cambodia taxing us 97% on tariffs.
Hey, pause that chart right there. Make sure you pause that because that's the real chart, actually.
I don't even know what Cambodia is. It's up to date. It's up, mind you, I'm not an ignorant man. If you want to build your products on my block and then sell them on my block, ain't no tariffs. But if you want to build on your block and sell on my block, huge tariffs. I ain't playing no games because peep game, Europe won't even take our poultry, but they want to sell us beans. But you won't take our cotton? Australia won't import our beef. Talk about some steroids and chemicals. Y'all tough, right? Mate, Asia won't accept all rice. Them niggas love rice. It gotta be me. I must be soft. It stopped today. I left NAFTA, whatever. I do it again. It's a bad deal. The World Health Organization, I left that too. Bad deal. Eggs down $6. Who messed with me? Questions?
Reports are coming out of Greenland saying that our approach was too heavy-handed. Do you care to comment?
Hey, what's Greenland? What's that? You mean New Trump. That's my new trap. I'm working on something special. I'm gonna put in more military over there, more guns, and what they gonna do? Stop us? It's Big DT. Next question.
Your administration deported a man from Maryland to El Salvador by error. Care to comment?
You want to be deported next?
No, Mr. President.
Bet. Shut up. Next question.
Couldn't help but notice that Russia nor Israel was on that list of countries about to be tariffed. Care to comment?
That's about my time, y'all boys. You know what it is already with me. Big DT, home of the free. We out here, baby.
Hey, could these tariffs be a good thing? We don't discriminate. As at least that man don't discriminate. Even Israel's getting it. It's getting real.
Imagine you out here think we beefing whole time. I'm praying for you. Whole time I'm interceding on your behalf. All right, okay. Imagine you.
It's that laugh for me. The whole time I'm interceding for you, baby. Ain't no hate here. It's all love. We pray for our enemies on this side. And pray for your leaders, y'all. And knowledge shall be increased. This is a banger, dude.
Everybody is now theorizing about the new discovery about the pyramids. We're going to do all that work just to realize what I said was right. They're not just batteries, they are body preservers. And this is how I know this. You make your own and you test it. Inside the pyramids, there are airtight rooms. The airtight rooms are made out of granite, and granite is primarily made up of quartz. The rooms are airtight so that they can pressurize the quartz. When you pressurize quartz, it releases negative ions, which then can preserve organic material. What is this? Same exact thing. This is polyester resin to mimic the organic material of limestone so that the quartz that is inside of here gets pressurized, because when the resin hardens, when it cures, it shrinks down and pressurizes the quartz that is put in this pyramid. I tested this for myself. I'm not woo-woo. I'm a follower of Christ, and I know that everybody else should follow Christ. But I tested the pyramids out to see if they do it. I hung one banana just elsewhere, and then the other half of that same banana I hung over this pyramid. 2 weeks go by. Both of them look bad on the outside, as if both of them are just like molding. But the one that was hanging over the pyramid, the insides were completely preserved. Completely. Here is the pictures. I'm going to just like let this sit here for a couple seconds. Yeah. The one that was hanging over the pyramid was completely preserved. Like nothing had ever touched it. Like, it looked like the inside of a green banana. Do you guys not get it now? Those little cylinders that are under the pyramids that all those archaeologists are finding out about, those columns are probably made up of granite. Granite, because granite is made up of quartz. And those spiral things going up each cylinder under the pyramid, it is probably copper. Copper for conductivity. Quartz under the ground so it's pressurized so that they can preserve the dead bodies in the pyramids. This is like Nephilim technology. Like, there is no way the Egyptians knew about this stuff. Like, they had to have had some sort of outside source that is way smarter than them. Like, come look at this. This is Noah. So this is Noah's flood on the timeline. It's roughly right here. This is the Tower of Babel. The people, they didn't want to get flooded again, so they built this, and it's made up of waterproof brick, and they try to build it as tall as they possibly could, just so that God cannot wipe them out with the flood anymore. Why did God make the flood happen? Giant genetics. He was trying to preserve the human DNA. So here's the flood. This is like the rough area of when the flood happened. Then the Tower of Babel, and then look at this. Pyramids. Not all of the Nephilim genetics, the giant genetics, got wiped out from the flood. We then see the Anakim later on. This is like during Moses' time, which means that they either repopulated the earth, the giants with the fallen angels and stuff, or that some just survived the flood. Either way, the pyramids are literally right after the flood happens. Bam, bam, bam. Bam. Do you guys not get it yet? Do you guys not understand that Jesus Christ is the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, meaning that there's other lords and other kings, lowercase k, lowercase l? Like, why do you think all these Greek mythology gods are just popping up around this time and then, oh, pyramids are built? It's because those fallen angels, they didn't just reproduce with humans. Reproduce with, like, fish, which is where mermaids come from. Horses, that's centaurs. I sound like a crazy nut job right now. This stuff is all biblical, though. All these pagan god stuff, all these fallen angel half-breed thingies, the hierarchy is just mimicking what is already written in the Bible. Why? Because the story of the Bible rings so true to every person's heart. Satan can never make his own things. He takes what God has made and he perverts it. So those pyramids, the stuff that the archaeologists are just finding out about, it's all to preserve organic material. The organic material being bodies. For the Nephilim spirits, the Anakim spirits to inhabit after their death. That is like a demon's dream, is just to live on this earth forever. Because one, they're alive when they're on this earth, but two, they can indulge in all of the sin that they want, as long as they can find a body to inhabit. Yes, these could very much be batteries, but why would they be powering something? Also, what would they be powering if they were batteries? Like a portal to another dimension? Maybe, I don't know. Even if they are batteries, I don't think that's going to get us anywhere. That's why I tested it out for myself, because I was that curious about it. Organic material preservers for body. Pyramids are just huge tombs. Anyways, because you guys have asked so much about these pyramids, I'm God that made the science, not the science itself. You know who that God is? That is Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Like none of it mattered. Worship the God that made the science, not the science itself. You know who that God is? That is Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Repent, believe the Gospels. I love you guys.
I am so happy to find this video. G1 Burn, God bless you, dude, for posting this. I have a theory. I've had this theory. It's been laying in my heart. And like he said, the truth of the Bible rings so true to people's hearts that it's undeniable. Even if you deny it, it still rings true. There is a level of truth that is ringing in your heart and in your mind and in your soul. All right. Check this out, right? So Egyptian gods, half human, half animal bodies. The Hindu gods, half human, half animal bodies. Okay? The fallen angels. I believe that this is Nephilim technology. The fallen angels wanted to be God. Lucifer wanted to be God. They fall down onto earth and encounter humans. If you were there and you encountered these Nephilims, these fallen angels, what are you going to call them? God. You are going to bow down in fear. The majority of us, those who don't know the truth, those who haven't had an encounter with the truth, right? But what is the truth, right? Anyway, so these beings come down and humans bow down to them. They are now calling them gods. That's why my theory is we have all these religions, but there is only one king and one Lord of Lords. And yes, I do believe it is Jesus Christ. You know, guys, pray for wisdom. That is the one thing God says he will give to you generously. You can ask for money, fame, anything, relationships, but you're not guaranteed it. One thing you are guaranteed, if you really mean it and if you really want it, is wisdom.
Right. Now listen to me very carefully, because this is important for you. It's so important for you to understand this, because you can do this. And you don't need a church, you don't need a priest, you don't need a minister, you don't need to join anything. It's yours. You can do this. You're supposed to do this. Okay, let me show you what it is. Go to page 73 in the Bible. Book of Exodus. Exodus chapter 29. Okay? Well, this is what it is. This is where burning incense came from. This is what has to happen. Okay? Exodus chapter 29, and look at verse 18. And you shall burn the whole ram upon the altar. It is a burnt offering unto the Lord. It is a sweet savor, an offering made by fire unto the Lord. Okay? The ram that takes away the cold of the winter, the ram that takes away the cold of your life, is Aries, the ram. Okay? That which consumes the ram, the fire, is the sun. Okay? That which consumes it is the sun. The ram matches metaphysically with a part in your body called the pineal gland. The pineal gland, okay? The fire is right here. You know what that's called? Solar plexus, place of the sun, okay? That which is incense that is a sweet smelling to the Lord is when the ram, the pineal gland, is consumed by the fire, which is the passion fire that dwells in the solar plexus. When that fire lifts off from your meditation, you really get into this, you really meditate hard, you're not here to rest, relax, or whatever, and that fire starts to raise itself, it will consume the pineal gland, and that which is the sweet savor, that which is the burnt offering is complete, and that will be a savor, that will be a smell holy and acceptable to the God within you, because now the energy is no longer just dwelling in the tomb of the wretched lower part of the flesh, it has risen up. This is a scientific bodily function that makes a change in the right hemisphere of your brain when you comply and let it work. And what's being told to you is that when this energy is propelled upward, this solar energy is propelled upward, it touches the pineal gland of the brain, which is that ram, and that is the burnt offering, that is the incense, that is the sweet smell to God, and it will throw open the right hemisphere of the brain and change your life. Okay? Now, this is something also called in Hindu terminology, kundalini. All right? Sounds like an Italian restaurant or something. I have a little kundalini, please, with my pasta. Yes. Anyhow, that's what it is. All right? Now let's real quick. This is where Jesus Christ said, if your eye be single, your body will fill with light. He was talking about this. The single eye is the pineal gland of the brain. The ancients knew of it. You see a Hindu with a dot in the middle of their forehead? That's the pineal gland. That's the ram. That's where the burnt offering has to take place. The single eye, the ram, the pineal gland of the brain. Now, I don't have what page it's on. Somebody tell me what page Genesis 32 is on. There's some folks here that haven't seen this before. What page is Genesis 32 on? Right? Now, listen to me very...
All right, y'all. What's y'all thoughts on that? Obviously, we don't do any more living sacrifices, but we're supposed to when the third temple is built. But how many of y'all burn incense and meditate? There is a calming sensation and a active mental activation that I feel. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. I'm gonna go with true. There is an awakening that happens whenever I meditate, for sure. But I'm gonna start practicing a little bit more with incense and dedicating that meditation, that prayer to the Lord of Lords. And we're going to send out a pleasant aroma. Here's some inspiration for you to not be afraid of strangers. Okay? Here's an inspiration to you to use the power of your tongue, the power of your love. Love disarms any weapon. All right, it's the strongest thing we have, strongest emotion, I believe. Yet, this is in Spanish, but hopefully y'all get the gist. She approaches a stranger and uplifts her immediately. You can tell that she needed it.
Dios te ama, Dios te bendiga.
God loves you.
Feliz día del amor. Eres hermosísima. Mira lo que te manda Dios.
¿Qué tiene tu espíritu? Que cuando me tocas me haces temblar. Y que es tu presencia que al manifestarse tengo que llorar. Y es que soy tan pequeño que al tu tocarme siento que voy a desmayar. Es que sé que a tu presencia no hay aquí en la tierra con que comparar. No
That was inspiring, and that is the power of the word. Yes, Lord, my God. Message. Be impeccable with your word. Do your best. I know that's a hard one, y'all. I'm doing it myself. I'm trying not to curse. I'm trying not to speak negative. I'm trying to use my word, my tongue, the words that come out of my mouth only to uplift and build, not to destroy. We need to edify, folks, and stick together. That was beautiful. You can tell she felt the spirit. Did you feel that shake? My God, Lord. Embriáganos con tu Espíritu Santo, Jehová. Now, this next one, y'all, is also the power of the word, power of the tongue. So be very careful what you ask for, because your will is not God's will. But if you ask for patience, there's a chance you have to go through some hardship to get that patience. And here we go.
First before your birth and got to choose the person you would become.
Here we go. Sorry.
You say, I want to be the most courageous. The Creator responds, then I will give you monsters to terrify you, so you can learn to conquer fear. You say, I want to be patient. The Creator replies, then I will give you long, hard roads, so you may learn the art of waiting. You say, I want to be wise. The Creator smiles and says, then I will let you face failure, failure that will crush your spirit, so you understand the true value of wisdom. Then you pause and ask, this sounds difficult. Can you give me a good life instead? The Creator looks at you and says, a good life isn't easy. Just as a blacksmith measures steel by its strength, I will measure you by who you become after the fire and the hammer. A good life is one that forges you into a good person. And that, my son, is a hard life. Imagine you spoke with the Creator of the universe before your birth and got to choose the person you would become.
YouTuber. Remember when a few years ago that YouTuber supposedly went missing after creating a portal to Sedona inside of his bedroom?
Missing YouTuber and his viral video. It's all part of a mystery centered around Sedona, Arizona.
Of course, the popular tourist destination that we all love and know, and it's known for its scenic beauty and shopping. But don't forget its mysterious side. Crystals and energy vortexes are a big reason why some people visit Sedona.
He shows himself on video using his computer with a variation of frequencies. He also has this light box on his bed.
It can be used for science experiments. I would say so.
I'm speeding this part up so you can see it. It's much slower in the real video. But you can see the little box working, and it's creating the portal that's supposedly showing Sedona on the other side. His name was Funky Fathead on YouTube. He was notorious for opening up these portals using sound frequencies. Not long after opening up the portal to Sedona, his account went inactive. A lot of people told him that traveling through these portals could be very dangerous for him.
I did not leave with this on my back. I was gone approximately 15 to 17 minutes. I usually don't like to be gone longer than 25 minutes per trip. This is a new one. This is a new thing.